Hey, everybody. Welcome to Off Air with Alicia and... I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Cowboy Rick. It's Jason. I'm Jason.
Oh, I didn't see you under that hat.
Am I wearing a hat? I didn't notice.
We weren't going to acknowledge the hat, which would have been funny.
I wanted you so badly not to acknowledge the hat.
It acknowledged itself.
Go through the entire podcast, and everybody's like, why is he wearing a cowboy hat?
You go to Oklahoma for 4 days, and
Yes,
you
ma'am.
come back a Southerner.
Straight up, well, Oklahoma's not really the South. I guess
I feel like Southern Minnesota's the South to me. So.
No, I went to Oklahoma for a few days. I've actually had this hat for a while. I went to a black rodeo in Oklahoma a few years ago, and I dressed to the nines. I had like boots and everything.
Big buckle?
No, I didn't get a big buckle. I've always wanted a big buckle. I'm gonna add that to my accessories. Yeah, but I've had this hat for a while, and I went to Oklahoma a few days ago. Saw some friends, had a great time. Shout out to the Jones Assembly and their Froze event, and came home and I saw this sitting in my closet. And I'm like, you know what? I still feel that Oklahoma spirit within my bones, and so I decided to grab it and put it on and come here and see the folks here at KARE 11.
You don't bring that with you when you go back home?
To Oklahoma? No, because everybody has a cowboy hat. So it's just, and I'm not from there. I would be a poser. I'm a Miami kid.
Yeah, I'm a Miami kid.
I'm a Miami kid. I'm a Miami cowboy. I'm not a Oklahoma cowboy.
Oh, okay.
But Oklahoma is forever in my heart. It's my home away from home.
You know, when I see Minnesotans wearing cowboy hats, because there's Minnesotans that do.
Yeah, there's Minnesota cowboys, right?
Sure. Mostly like a lot of farmers, maybe.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm always like taken aback because it's not, I guess we live in the Twin Cities, so it's kind of rare when you see, unless there's like a country concert in town.
I don't associate Minnesota with cowboy behavior. I think people in parkas, and I think Vikings. I think of, I don't know.
Which there's probably more cowboys than people in parkas and Vikings.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I think of all the stereotypical things of
or like redneck.
Redneck. I don't think of rednecks when I think of Minnesota. I think of the South when I think of Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think of.
Okay.
No, I think of just like Norse culture and Viking helmets.
I think of flannels.
Flannel. That's
like
what I was searching for.
Carhartt.
Yeah.
This is even in the Twin Cities. Twin Cities, you get like more artistic mustaches. That's what this was. I was waxing my stash.
Thank you for confirming that.
Let me just curl it and then make you a fun drink.
And then comb it. You're right. Flannel. I think of Fargo. I think of those.
Fargo's
hats.
not even Minnesota. That's like the most.
Then where is it then, Smarty Pants?
It is in South Dakota or North Dakota. Oh my God. Can we delete this episode?
You should
North Dakota.
Start over again.
It's in North Dakota.
Fargo's it's definitely North Dakota. I don't know. I'm just.
Or now I'm second guessing.
Hold on. Let's
North
do
Dakota.
a fact checker,
Thumbs up.
Lydia.
Thank God. I was like,
Thank you.
It's North Dakota.
It's okay.
One of the Dakotas.
We are journalists that know things.
Yep. Geographic. Actually, you know, on the plane, that geographical location game. Have you ever played the games on like Delta planes? They have a little game system.
I am too cheap to fly Delta.
Oh.
I flew
you
Southwest.
ride a horse,
Yes.
apparently.
Actually, I had to roll my horse across to Oklahoma. I rode my horse back. Rode my horse uphill both ways.
You know what they say?
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Ride a cowboy. Yes. No. Anyway, the geographical game on the flight, I'm so bad at. My husband and I will play, and I'm like, it'll be like, where is Egypt? And you're supposed to like pinpoint it on a map exactly, just like the whole globe. And I'm just like, boop. It's just like so. I shouldn't admit that.
Well, and that's the funny thing. I think kids from Europe probably have a better grasp of
for sure they do.
Geography and languages and world events and history than American kids do. Like,
100%.
Consistently. Like, it's kind of crazy that we couldn't.
It is crazy.
As a person that I know things, I consider myself a fairly smart person. There's a lot of countries that I could never point out on the map for you. Like all of Europe, I know where.
Like all of Europe.
I know where.
This is bad. You know what? That World Cup soccer reporter that got just
so much
Absolutely
trouble
blasted. And on social media because she was like, I don't even know where Bosnia is or what I don't even know what she said.
Whatever country that we played.
And people are like, wow, this is bad. Don't admit that one.
Because we all know it's true. Not a lot of Americans know where those places are on the map, but don't say it out loud. I can identify Italy because it looks like a boot.
The boot.
I know France because I can know the
by
general
Italy.
shape of France. The United Kingdom, I know where that is.
This isn't going to go well for you by saying the 4 you do know.
Yeah. And then, no, that's about it. I think I know where Spain is. We should pull out a map right now.
No.
Is there a map?
You remember in the newsroom when we played the game of list all the states and like fill them in? And so many people, how did you do?
I still have that map somewhere in my desk. And I think I got like 40...
Out of 50, right?
No, it was more than that. It was like 45 or 46 out of... You know what really confuses
East
me?
Coast.
The Northeast states.
Northeast.
The Delawares and the Vermonts
The
and
tiny
the
little...
Massachusetts. And like, what is all that? Why did we do that? Why did we draw the map like that?
I don't know. It's a great question. These are great questions.
These are wonderful questions.
Ask our leaders. You know, speaking of leaders, and this was cool. This made me happy in the news today. Transitions. No, there was a bill that was passed that I think, and it was bipartisan.
It was.
Which is great.
One of the few things we can agree on here.
Yes. It was called the Grandparents Happy Hour Bill. Mm-hmm. And I love this. There's a woman at a senior living facility that just wanted to have her Pinot Grigio.
That's all she wanted.
It's all she wanted. And when her facility found out, like, you can't be doing happy hour, she was like, well, wait, I should be able to do what I damn well please. And damn it, Anita. She made things happen. She went to the Senate and House twice, the Capitol, to like be like, hey, I am a grown woman. I should be able to have a happy hour when I want a happy hour.
And they were requiring them to have a liquor
license. Yeah. And so you get it, like, and they're expensive to have. But now they don't need a liquor license. Senior living facilities don't, starting August 1st.
Yeah, August 1st. It was signed by Governor Walz yesterday, and then it went into effect. It goes into effect August 1st.
Which is so great.
It was so interesting that you had Democrats and Republicans at that signing. Like, again, one of the few things we can all agree on is that
drinking champagne, toasting to it.
As our senior citizens deserve to have their drinks.
Yeah, when I'm a senior citizen, I damn well better have a Prosecco and some drinks at my home.
Do you think you'll be a Prosecco person as you get older? Or are you going to gravitate towards something else?
What do you mean, like something harder?
I don't.
I'm drinking my bourbon.
Straight gin from the bottle. I don't know.
I think you kind of always like what you like, right? Mm-hmm. I've always liked wine. Mm-hmm. I don't like sweet drinks.
I could see you becoming like a Taylor, like a port type of person.
Port's pretty sweet.
Yeah, but
it's boozy and sweet.
I can see you gravitating towards that as you get older.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I see that in your future.
Okay. Are we both at the old age home together?
Oh, that would be dangerous.
That would be great.
We're still gonna be doing this podcast in like 50 years. So
this is off air
with Jason and Alicia.
I
don't know why I sound like you.
I'm doing my Jackie O voice.
Please don't do your Jackie O. It's one of the worst things.
Oh,
it's your worst
great.
impression. It's absolutely terrible.
No, you're really good at impressions.
I'd like to think so. I'm not going to do that. We're going to save that for the Impressions podcast that's coming up here.
Oh, you're not doing one right now
of what?
I don't know, a cowboy, a famous cowboy.
No, I'm not. I turned off the accent because I don't want to offend people.
Okay.
Offend people that are actually from Oklahoma and have accents. The Oklahoma-Texas accent is just it's lovely. I love it.
I don't know it. Can you give me a sample?
I feel like I kind of did in the beginning of the podcast.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, a little bit.
I do like your Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, the Southern accent when you put a lot of molasses on it. It's like you drag everything out like this.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that sounds nice.
It sounds nice on the ear. I don't know what I'm doing. Just delete this whole episode from the internet.
Oh my gosh. Wow. We literally were like 20 seconds before this podcast. We're like, what do we talk about today? We haven't done a podcast in a few days now.
It has been a few days.
It's been a minute.
It has been a few days. And I've missed sitting around the table and just talking about absolute nonsense.
Because we literally are at the desk for 4.5 hours. Mm-hmm. Or 4 plus hours.
4 plus hours, yeah.
I spend more time with you, I think, in a day than my own husband.
Is that true?
Yeah, because I get home. Mm-hmm. He's at work still.
Uh-huh.
And then we have dinner time.
And you see him for a couple of hours?
It's probably equal, besides sleeping by each other.
Okay, which that'll change.
For you and I? We're working around the clock.
No, I people in TV news, we end up spending a lot of time with our coworkers.
Yeah.
It's not like working in an office where everybody's in their cubicle and you'll look over and you'll see, Bob over there every once in a while. You're spending a couple
playing solitaire again. Bob?
Stealing company time, as Bob tends to do. We're on to you, Bob.
Who does that?
We're on to you, Bob. But here we're always in the newsroom. We're always collaborating. We're sitting at the anchor desk, always around each other. It's
you get a close bond with TV news people. Mm-hmm. Especially our morning team, because we have so many hours just in the same room. Yeah. Talking about like really sad stories, or we're going through the roller coaster of emotions together.
This is why I don't think I could ever do a work from home job. There are a lot of people that thrive on work from home jobs. They love working from home. I could never do it. I could never sit at home all day in front of a computer and sit on Teams and chat with coworkers that way. I need to be inside of a facility, inside of a building, and interacting with people and laughing
face
and joking and interfacing with them and brainstorming and doing all that stuff.
Because you couldn't bring the cowboy hat to the Zoom call. I mean, you could, but it's just not the same effect.
I could. It would probably take up most of the screen and probably annoy people. But in person, it has more of an impact.
I still don't put my video on during Zooms. Did you notice in the morning meeting, no one does?
That's very true. So we have a morning.
My husband's work, everyone has their videos on, always, which I get because you work from home and you never see people. But I'm like, duh.
We have a morning meeting at 3:15 every morning where we collaborate and we talk about the stories of the day and what everybody's covering and what we're talking about, and nobody has the video on.
I think mine was on accidentally one time, and Corinne, our executive producer, was like, "Hey, your video's on," warning me.
I think I was getting dressed. You're in your car, you're doing something.
Yeah, I'm like, I remember that. I'm brushing my teeth.
Maybe we should have a requirement that we all turn on our videos.
You wouldn't want to see that. Half the time I'm with the baby feeding him milk.
Okay.
With a bottle.
I was gonna say.
It's not I'm just...
Nobody wants to see that. I'm not kidding. No, we should. Tomorrow morning. I'm going to make a request that everybody turns on their camera.
Just for fun.
And see how many people do it.
Are.
Yeah, how many people are going to actually turn on their camera tomorrow morning?
And I'll be with a toothbrush in my mouth.
Okay.
That's how, are you at home still during the meeting? A lot of us are still getting our...
Yeah, because I live so close to here now that, I can...
Are you in bed?
No, not in bed. No, I'm out of bed. I'm getting ready as the morning meeting is happening.
I'm literally in the bathroom brushing my teeth and putting my contacts in.
Okay, so tomorrow morning I'm going to ask people to turn on their cameras and watch nobody's going to turn on their cameras.
All right, we'll see. we'll let you know if people do put their cameras on. I mean, this is riveting television.
Anyway, that's been another episode of Off Air. Until next time, partners, we'll see you back here on the frontier. Why did I do that?
I don't know. I never know.